Today on Stating the Obvious, we're going to be a troll. I have discovered a way to troll both the Democrats and the Republicans with one topic in one video at one time. Are you ready? Let's do this. Definitions matter, right? Yeah, we all know that, but how much do they really matter? Well, it depends on which words you're defining. If you think regulated means that there's a bunch of laws that control it, in the modern day and age, you'd be correct. If you add well to regulated, then okay, it's still got a lot of regulations. But if you hyphenate well-regulated, it becomes a phrase that was in common use from 300 to 400 years before until about 100 years after the Constitution was written. It meant in good working order. If your alarm clock goes off at the time that you said it, it's well-regulated. If it doesn't, it's not. So when they argue about well-regulated, remind them that it just means properly functioning. The militia. If you define the militia as an army, well, we're not allowed to create our own armies. That makes sense. That's legitimate. If you define militia as it was back in the 1700s, it's all able-bodied men ages 17 to 45. Thank you for playing. It just means men. So, well-regulated is out. Militia is not a big deal. Necessary. That word's in there. You know what necessary means. If you don't, go look it up yourself. They like to argue about the word infringed. Shall not be infringed means it can't happen. You cannot infringe this, whatever this is. Well, this is the right to keep and bear arms. So if the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, that means that if you're a Democrat, the government can control whatever you own, as long as you're allowed to keep some form of gun. But if you actually look up the definition of infringe, it is to limit, to encroach upon, or to undermine. So you can replace infringe with limit. It shall not be limited. It is the same definition. It is the same meaning. So if the right to keep and bear arms shall not be limited, where do they get the right to limit weapons? If the Constitution forbids it. I think everybody is successfully furious and fuming and screaming at the screen right now. Hash it out in the comments. But look up the words first, because I'm not wrong. You are. They are. They're lying to you. And you're letting them. Have a nice day.